Hi, in this episode of Redneck 101, we're talking about why I don't eat fried catfish. At least not very often. I mean, I might have had it twice in the last decade. 1. Taste. I prefer to taste the fish rather than the breading and the oil. I also find that catfish is well complemented by a number of other flavors that come through better with other cooking methods. Frying seems better suited for other foods that just aren't as good as catfish. 2. The mess. Frying tends to create the need for more cleanup than other preparation methods. Sure, when feeding a lot of people, there's a point where the extra cleanup effort is worth it to gain the ease and efficiencies in the other tasks. But now that most of my evening meals are romantic dinners for two, we prefer to avoid the cleanup of frying. Grilling is excellent and provides a variety of taste possibilities. Cleanup is a snap.
There is a Redeemer, Jesus, God's own Son, precious Lamb of God, Messiah, Holy One.
3. Waste. Yes, I know there are ways to reuse the oil and minimize the waste of breading, but for smaller quantities and a family that doesn't eat much fried food, there's a larger proportion of oil and breading that is going to be wasted. Don't get me wrong, breading and oil are a great way to add filling calories and stretch a limited quantity of fish to feed more people. And a lot of folks, especially children, love fried fish who might not appreciate fish prepared other ways. All my children fondly recall the time their uncle made fried fish for a family gathering. His question, "Who wants some fried fish?" was met with skepticism. But then he regrouped and asked, "Who wants some golden nuggets?" By then he had their attention. All the fish quickly disappeared into waiting hands and mouths as soon as the fried fish hit the serving plate. But with fewer hungry mouths to feed, the Lord's provision in answer to prayer has been sufficient without the added calories of the breading and the oil. 4. It's just a family preference. By their teen years, most of my children were aspiring cooks. The cooking shows and their life experience had refined their palates and their culinary perspectives. Grilled catfish, catfish almondine, catfish l'orange, coconut-crusted catfish. Cooking was a favorite household chore for my children, and a pecking order developed with the menu planning regarding which teenager got to cook the most often. Now adults, my children often appreciate when I give them some quality fillets to experiment with new recipes. 5. Health. Since my early 40s, my medical advisors have been telling me to reduce carbs and calories, but to increase the healthy omega-3s found in fish. I can simply have fewer overall calories and fewer unhealthy fats, but more healthy omega-3s and protein by eliminating the breading and oil and slightly increasing portion sizes. In the typical American diet, odds are good that fish prepared in other ways is healthier than frying, especially the typical southern style of deep frying catfish. Fried catfish definitely has its place. It can be a cost-effective and labor-efficient means to provide a very satisfying meal to larger groups. Other cooking methods tend to be more expensive and challenging when feeding larger groups. Cleanup efforts tend to scale proportionally with other cooking methods, but with frying, cleanup efforts level off once you're frying for 10 or more people. Frying is also great for mixed groups and children, and also more amenable if working with a variety of sizes and kinds of fish fillets. Frying provides a lot more flexibility if one is unsure of how many people to expect, and frying is also a great method for fish that need to be thawed quickly or supplemented with hush puppies or French fries. The Bible tells us to practice hospitality, and frying fish is a great way to do that. The Bible even says, don't forget to entertain strangers, for by so doing, some have entertained angels and not been aware of it. Come to think of it, I should probably add a few videos on frying fish to better serve younger families and folks who need to feed larger groups. God willing, I'll do that.
Take another look in the good, good book. Don't let it pass you by. Let the Holy Spirit talk, walk through the written word of Jesus. Take another look in the good, good book. Don't let it pass you by. Let the Holy Spirit talk, walk through the written word of Jesus.